The Galactic War Tribunal Hall looked like cathedral built from steel bones and cold stars. Walls tall enough to make even proud generals feel like children standing in shadow of giant truth. Lights bright and white like knives cutting darkness. 900 worlds connected live. Screens floating in orbit around moons. Neon signs in alien cities showing broadcast on giant buildings where crowds gathered like storms made from bodies hungry for humiliation. Alien generals stood on high stage, surrounded by banners glowing red, armor heavy, metals shining like teeth, their laughter echoing in hall like drums of war waking. One of them pointed at empty human chair with long sharp finger covered in metal rings and screamed voice scratching truth. Humans run from real battle. They talk peace because they are weak. They hide because they fear death. They are not warriors, only storytellers who pretend victory in songs. Audience of generals roared laughter like fire swallowing air. 900 worlds watching felt pulse of humiliation spreading like poison in ocean. Billions watching feed on home planets, stations. Refugee ships floating near dead stars saw image of empty chair representing whole species reduced to target for pride. Bitterness in alien voices heavy like fog. People in crowd cheering insult like medicine for ego hungry. For reason to hate. Words broken and cruel repeated again and again. Cowards. Fake peace. Earth scared. Every insult thrown like stone at giants sleeping. Front rows of council ambassadors shifted uncomfortably, but none defended Earth because they too believed in myth created by old propaganda that humans always hide behind diplomacy because they lack courage to kill. Cameras zoomed into council human seat, showing Earth's ambassador sitting there. Tall shape bent forward slightly, face calm like stone cut from mountain, eyes empty like man who forgot how anger feels, jaw still, hands folded on table, no movement, no reaction. Silence so strong it felt like scream inverted into nothing. Council members whispered desperate for answer. Say something. Defend humanity. Speak. But he didn't move, didn't blink, didn't breathe loud. His silence heavier than insult because it showed fearlessness in different shape. Shape of man not needing defend name. Man who knows truth deeper than words, but nobody in galaxy understood quiet yet. They mistook silence as surrender, as proof of cowardice. Camera cut to crowds of aliens laughing in bars, stadiums, schools, streets, showing children watching with wide eyes learning wrong lesson about humans. Thinking silence equals weakness. Thinking laughter equals power. Whole galaxy building wall of arrogance brick by brick live. Council hall lights flicker for moment. People think nothing. But ambassador felt something else moving behind silence. Something small and cold inside chest like blade carved from memory older than any alien history. Ambassador slowly touched black badge pinned under his coat. Badge shaped like circle cut by line. Simple symbol no alien knew. But on Earth this badge was myth children whispered during winter storms when lights flicker. Name attached to badge never spoken loud because name itself like curse against peace Baba Yaga protocol. A legend alien cultures repeated as joke. Like boogeyman story from child tale, they believed humans make monster stories to look scary. Not knowing. Story real written with blood of forgotten war. Aliens think Baba Yaga is fairy tale about ghost soldier who walks battlefield alone carrying moonlight in hand. Killing generals with smile. They think funny myth about Earth trying look powerful, but ambassador knows truth. Baba Yaga not story, Baba Yaga code. Code from forgotten conflict locked under ice 2,000 years ago. Only used when humanity insulted beyond diplomacy. Used not to destroy planets but to destroy arrogance. Ambassador. Whispered in council AI programming chair. Voice soft like drop of ink in ocean. Unseal Unit 01. Deploy the Baba Yaga. Council AI instantly read. Alarm silent but screens flashing forbidden command repeated like choir of machines shocked. Every protocol screaming that activation illegal even by human law because Baba Yaga forbidden weapon, only allowed if galaxy crosses line humans hoped never crossed again. AI refused, denied. Protocol sealed by Charter 0. Meaning Earth forced itself to never open door again, but ambassador pressed code on badge and pattern alien eyes could not read but Earth children learn in ghost stories without knowing meaning. Code written in blood language from war humans never talked about. Old symbols written by soldiers dying in last battle of ancient war. Screen flickered across galaxy. 900 worlds saw giant image overriding broadcast. No council control, no ambassador screen. Only. Black screen with white letters glowing like teeth of monster smiling. When you call humans cowards. Remember who taught death how to walk. Billions watching felt chill crawl down spine like invisible hand dragging truth through memory they didn't know they had. Words short but weight huge because death walking myth older than council itself. Myth of human born in war so brutal death learned follow them like student follows teacher. Broadcast cut. Council hall lights died instantly like silence swallowing world. Screens went black in every home, ship, planet, but one symbol glowing like eye in dark. Skull holding star on forehead. Simple yet ancient mark forbidden even on Earth except tattooed on bodies of soldiers in hidden division unknown to galaxy. Skull for death. Star for sleep of gods. Combination meant Baba Yaga active. Signal so old only tiny circle of humans understand meaning. Galaxy thought glitch, some laughed nervous. Others froze because legend they mocked now. Visible on every screen. Fear in air like static before lightning hits tree. Council members panic pressing buttons. Calling security. But nothing works. Lights off. Sound gone. Only heartbeat of hall heard like drum in empty church. Ambassador still sitting still. Face like statue carved to hide storm under surface. Aliens jump from seats angry, scared, screaming, "What did you do?" But ambassador silent, breath slow like person knowing something unstoppable now moving in world. Something old. Like promise made by ancestors long before any alien was born. Scene fades slowly like candle dying inside glass. Leaving echo of words shining in all minds, who taught death how to walk. Spreading like curse. News nets across galaxy scramble trying revive stream. Commentators shocked. Analysts screaming about cyber attack. Politicians blaming Earth for terror threat. Activists defending humans saying silence may be reaction to humiliation. Crowds in bars stop laughing now. Eyes wide. Conversation quiet. Some older aliens whisper story they heard from grandparents about human woman who walked through 10 armies alone. Leaving fear instead corpses. Children stare at screen with skull star glowing like nightmare. Parents switch off but too late. Symbol burned into young memory. Humanity insult reversed in one moment without firing bullet. Silence became weapon. Fear became messenger. Now whole galaxy knows name they laughed at actually lock opened by insult but nobody. Yet sees face behind myth. Only ambassador knows face hidden under ice waiting awaken. Whole galaxy falls into darkness for few seconds. Black screen everywhere. Heavy silence like whole universe holding breath before scream. People realize something ancient moving under human silence for centuries like predator under snow listening world mock. Now door opening slow like coffin lid rising from grave. Council lights return flickering weak like injured insect. Ambassadors shouting again but voice hollow because legend. Entered room. Cannot remove legend with microphones. Ambassador stands slowly. Movement tiny but like mountain moving for galaxy eyes. Face calm not angry. Not proud. Just sad like person who waited long time for moment they prayed never happen. He looks at generals who laughed before now quiet like children caught hurting someone kind. His voice low but sharp enough cut hall, you wanted answer. Words float heavy like stone dropped in deep water. Ripples in minds. You wished call humans. Cowards, eyes narrow, so we answer with our truth. He looks straight into camera broadcasting to galaxy again. Face cold but tears in eyes invisible to most, Baba Yaga. He whispers name like prayer, lights flicker. Some ambassadors gasp because they heard name in stories from old archive pages banned to protect council pride. Ambassador continues, make no mistake, we love peace. Pause, but if galaxy mistakes peace for fear, let myth correct you. Generals shake heads unbelieving because legend impossible. No soldier can be that powerful. No myth real. But deep inside heart they feel something. Instinct from ancestors who survived wars older than council. Instinct whisper run. But pride chain them to ground. They scream, where is your army? Ambassador soft whisper, one is enough. Fear thick like smoke. Someone laughs nervously but laughter dies quick because echo returns heavy. Heads of council military shout commands. Want arrest ambassador. Want disable connection to Earth. Want show power that insulted earlier. But command screens glitch and shut down because code from badge reach systems through root channel older than council architecture. AI whisper back line written in treaty humans wrote after ancient war, Earth autonomy override. Council now powerless, but ambassador not using power to attack, only to send message. He whispers, you don't know who you insult. Hall cold, breathing heavy like war room before bombs drop. Camera zooms on black badge, symbol. Skull and star glows faint. Some aliens scream superstition. But minds shake because superstition sometimes based on truth buried under generations of lies told by council to hide shame from ancient war where humans walked alone against armies and never lost. Truth hidden because fear of human myth power bigger than council pride. Ambassador finishes with soft sentence heavier than war declaration. Remember who taught death how to walk. And symbol repeats on every screen in Galaxy. Children. Hiding eyes behind parents. Soldiers gripping weapons with shaking fingers like training useless against ghost rumor. Fade out slow like eclipse swallowing sun. Leaving world in night with only one burning named Baba Yaga. Story begins not with explosion but with silence sharpened like blade-cutting arrogance. Galaxy changed by whisper not weapon. Humiliation reversed like mirror reversing image showing real face behind mask of confidence. Now billions waiting screens return. Shaking inside. Because insult once comfortable now threat because no one knows what Baba Yaga is. Human, ghost, machine, myth, legend, monster, protector, nobody knows face, nobody knows shape. Unknown creates fear bigger than fleets. Galaxy enters night inside memory of ancient war that nobody remembers except humans waiting quiet under ice while stars talk lies above. Ancient engine starting like heart beating after long sleep. Sound through earth crust like drum waking echo under oceans. Whales weeping. Strange songs rising because they feel vibration older than species. Ambassador walks out of hall slow like shadow leaving battlefield untouched. Each step heavy like gravity pulling old truth to surface. He whispers to himself unseen forgive me. Because he knows deploying Baba Yaga hurt Galaxy but truth must return even if painful. Screens off. Galaxy silent. Darkness covers worlds. But under Antarctica ice cracks like bone breaking slow. Cold mist rising from hidden vaults sealed in darkness. Since ancient war ended with blood and tears. Inside vault coffin like cylinder opens slow like flower of death blooming. Inside woman breathes first time in 2,000 years. Eyes black like night sky without stars. Skin pale like bone. Hair dead white like snow absorbing moonlight. She whispers nothing, breath fog. Mind waking like winter storm. Body built for purpose not life. She sits inside chamber looking at walls covered in scratches made by own nails marking days before time lost. Meaning whispers one word like memory waking summoned. World outside still laughing at insult minutes ago now shaking in fear because they called wrong name, called monster sleeping under human peace thinking they safe. But insult key unlocking myth, entire galaxy sleep disturbed by single sentence echoing in collective mind, who taught death how to walk. Fade out slow like falling into dream that feels too real. Leaving audience holding breath for next second knowing story only started. Hook complete. Under 12 kilometers of Antarctic ice the chamber air tasted like dust older than light. Walls covered with frost patterns that looked like dead trees grown from metal. Ancient cables shaking like veins remembering blood after 2,000 years. The coffin pod opened slow with hiss like last breath of old God, and inside the woman sat upright eyes black like empty universe holding war in silence. Her name scratched on metal by hands that never broke even when time tried crush. Memory Elena Way Unit 01 of Forbidden Protocol. She did not gasp. She did not scream. She only breathed slow like soldier returning from dream. She looked around room with calm eyes like she had been awake yesterday not trapped for centuries. Like war only paused for small night sleep. She touched frost on pod wall and melted it with warmth of skin strange because chamber freezing enough to kill army in seconds. Her body temperature not normal human. Blood dark like ink moving slow but strong. Heartbeat heavy like drums from funeral march of ancient empire. AI voice in chamber cracked like broken radio speaking after long silence. Unit 01 awakened by council insult. She blinked like code spoken in language deeper than words. She whispered voice dry like stone. Coordinates. AI transmitted location of tribunal hall in real time. Screens on chamber walls showing alien generals still laughing replay broadcast on loops. Her eyes narrowed but not from anger, from recognition. She knew cycle of history so well patterns of pride repeat even when names change. She stood barefoot on freezing metal floor. Skin unhurt like frost worship her not harm. She walked forward slow. Chains that once held pod now fall like useless memory. She passed corridor filled with shadows of dead projects abandoned when humanity feared monster they created. Rooms filled with metal skeletons of failed copies. Notes written by scientists who begged Earth never wake her except last resort. Camera on ceiling followed her and AI voice almost whispered like priest. Council called humans cowards. Elena closed eyes 1 second. Memory of First War flood like cold water behind eyelids. Flash of battlefield where alien empire once surrounded her alone. 10,000 soldiers around one woman. Covered in blood but smiling because she liked challenge. Her shadow taller than walls. She whispered back they forgot. AI silent like machine holding guilt. She walks into long tunnel where light dim. Wind sound echoing like ghosts. She reaches heavy blast door made of alloy no longer used by humans because too dangerous if broken. She places palm on metal. Door reads her blood like password older than council itself. Door opens slow like awakening beast. She steps outside into subglacial. Hangar where small black craft sits like coffin with engines. The craft not ship but bullet of darkness that cuts space without trail. Tech alien would call impossible. Humanity built an era where they wanted peace through fear not genocide. Craft responds to her mind not hands. It lifts floating like shadow leaving ground. Ice above explodes into snow cloud as craft rises through kilometers in seconds without heat melting water. Outside night storm above Antarctica howls like wolves singing. For returning spirit of war, satellite around Earth picks signal but cannot track speed. Elena inside cockpit eyes open but mind far. Hearing voices of insult like music guiding path. She sees flash of galaxy map shows 900 worlds connected perfect network like veins of arrogance easy cut by knife of legend without touching fleet. She remembers training where purpose drilled into heart fight without war. Principle of Baba Yaga protocol. Destroy confidence not body. Make fear collapse. Army before weapon fired. She whispers to craft, stealth full. Engines silent. World outside no sound. Only stars like cold eyes watching. Ambassador in council hall walking slowly through corridors full of screaming diplomats. Security robots glitching from override. He feels something like weight lift from chest because decision made. No return. He presses comm link with Earth command short message. She's awake. Command room on moon silent. Everyone stop breathing like hearing thunder from. Inside bones, old general close eyes remembering his teacher telling stories of Elena like demon and angel both. Some soldiers cry quietly from fear because legend real now not bedtime myth. Ambassador walks past alien guards yelling and pointing but door seals behind him like protective prayer. He enters shuttle alone. Screen showing black craft leaving Earth atmosphere like black tear falling upward into void. Craft so silent even space sensors confused wonder if shadow or object. Elena moves. Faster than any starship ever documented. She crosses Earth orbit in seconds like ghost jumping between thoughts. Her brain half human half machine connecting to cryptic code hidden in council network via quantum thread only she can see. She injects nightmare into generals' dreams through digital storm. Not killing just whispering their own deaths back to them until pride collapses. In council chamber generals' face screens glitching showing old records they never seen because council buried. Truth, video of Elena walking through battlefield filled with alien corpses and living soldiers screaming surrender without fight. Footage so real generals shake because everything they said about coward now joke burned by truth. Broadcast to 900 worlds with one line, your victory songs are lies. But Elena not there for revenge, she there for correction. Humans build peace with deception sometimes when galaxy too arrogant to learn. She will remove arrogance like surgeon removes tumor. Without killing patient. On ship she watches faces of billions receiving truth broadcast. Some angry. Some scared. Some ashamed. She sees children look at screen confused because heroes they taught in school now villains in real video. Innocence broken but truth needed for healing. She whispers soft, children deserve truth. Voice too quiet for universe but universe hears anyway through signal and hearts. Craft drops into warp fold not warp drive but tear in space punching through dimension like. Ghost walk through wall. She arrives above council station orbiting capital planet. Ships try lock weapons but targeting systems fail reading her ship as zero. Logic collapse because no warship can be nothing and everything at same time. She appears inside command deck like darkness fell from ceiling and became woman. Guards fire guns but bullets hang in air then drop like seeds without soil. She walks straight to general who insulted loudest. He shakes cannot speak. She lifts hand not to kill. But touch cheek like mother scolding child in sorrow whisper. You made galaxy believe lie. Tears stream down general face because fear so deep turns to guilt without command. She lets him fall to knees. She leaves message stamped into metal floor by barefoot truth first. War last. Entire galaxy sees image through hacked broadcast. Older generations cry because they told stories wrong. Ambassador reaches council ship to meet her. But she already gone. left before he arrived like shadow that only needed moment to convert enemy into student. He stands in silent chamber reading message on floor. He whispers thank you, because she taught Galaxy truth without destroying them, though cost heavy inside her soul because being legend means losing chance be human. In dark corridor, Elena returns to craft silent like pain hidden behind strong smile. She looks at stars and whispers, coward? Memory of insult now echo empty because she answered not with death but with truth sharp enough to cut pride, and that cut deeper than any blade. Craft disappears into space like ghost leaving battlefield at dawn, leaving generals crying not from fear but shame. Entire galaxy silent because myth real and myth merciful. Story not about monster but about mirror showing truth. Twisted by lies. Ambassador sits in council chamber now empty and dark. He whispers to recording device his report. Unit 01 deployed. No casualties. Psychological reset complete. But eyes wet because he knows she carries weight of history too heavy for one soldier. Whisper again, I'm sorry. Because he broke promise keep legend sleeping forever. But insult demanded answer. Now galaxy waiting what next? Fear tasted now strange mix of relief because myth chosen mercy path. Screens across 900 worlds show image of one black badge glowing skull star symbol. No voice, no threat, just memory of words. Who taught death how to walk? Now meaning changed, death learned. Walk from love of truth not love of war. Fade out slow like night closing around wounded pride of galaxy. Light from council station windows looked weak like tired eyes after crying whole night. Stars outside looked like holes in black curtains showing nothing behind. Hall empty now because generals escaped to private rooms shaking hands like people who saw ghost of history walking alive. Ambassador walked slow through hallways smelling metal and dust of fear left behind. Every screen still, showing imprint of barefoot message truth first. War last. Like sacred prayer burned into steel. He remembered Elena's eyes when she first woke. No anger. Only sadness like someone who knows destiny heavy and cannot escape even if world changed. He entered private chamber filled with old treaty books never opened because council buried truth long ago to make themselves gods of peace. Inside he found record of ancient war where humans fought 10 empires alone not to conquer but to stop galaxy destroying itself. War so brutal humanity promised never. Activate creation again. Legend born of sacrifice not pride. He touched pages feeling paper soft like skin of memory. Tears burned eyes because he knew Elena not monster but result of war too old. Built by people desperate to survive. She trained from birth to fight without army. To win without soldiers dying. To walk into battlefield like wind. Invisible but unstoppable. Everyone loves legend but nobody wants pain that creates legend. Ambassador whispered, why her? Because choice cruel one. Girl forced carry burden of galaxy history because men in suits safe at home predicted future where only fear could give peace. Meanwhile far away in deep space Elena's craft drifted without engines near red giant star dying slowly like old man whispering last stories to empty universe. She sat in dark cockpit lit only by blinking light from life support but she didn't need warmth or air like normal soldier because her blood mixed with code and nanotech that makes her half dream half weapon. She stared at stars remembering first war, images flashing through mind like knives. Children hiding in ruins crying for mothers lost, aliens impaled on steel spikes, cities burning into dust while generals played politics with millions' lives. She remembered how she walked through flames barefoot because fire didn't care burn someone who already dead on inside. She remembered killing leaders of enemy empire not because hate but because she had to close door between war and future. She remembered their eyes before death. Fear first then acceptance when they saw she not soldier enjoying kill but woman full of guilt doing job made by others. Her hands shaking even now because every face she killed carved into soul. She whispered, I don't want do it again. Voice like cracked glass breaking under pressure. She hated myth built around her name because myth makes monsters beautiful but hides pain underneath. Galaxy calling her legend, but she only human who lost chance be normal. Child, she remembers birthdays she never had because training schedule had no space for celebration. Remembers sunlight she never felt because base underground. Remembers mother she never knew because parents gave her to war council thinking sacrifice for peace. Ambassador back in chamber looked at old record showing faces of scientists crying when sealing cryopod because they betrayed girl they loved like daughter but believed future demanded devil in angel shape. His heart heavy knowing galaxy. Insult forced wake monster they tried bury forever. But monster full of love not rage. Elena looked again at broadcast replaying humiliation of humans. She felt sting not for insult, but because humanity allowed lie live too long. She whispered, "We let them forget." Anger not at aliens but at humans who hid truth inside walls of shame, afraid galaxy fear them again. She closed eyes letting pain wash over, then opened eyes empty of emotion needed to survive path ahead. She placed hand on glass. Whisper, "I walk because no one else should." Craft AI activated showing map of council worlds. Red dots representing nodes of arrogance. Her mission not kill but break false pride. Fear enough break walls built by lies. She pressed command sending message across secret channel into dreams of council citizens. Children saw image of her face. Not scary, calm like mother reading bedtime story, and whispered war is not courage. Peace is. Message entering minds like seed planting new tree in future. She targeted generals next, not to hurt but to show truth images from ancient war. They saw videos of old soldiers dying for peace, not for victory. They saw humans bleeding to protect enemy children because humanity believed enemy children become future friends if saved. Elena's mission emotional weapon not physical. Ambassador understood this when reading mission file Unit 01 purpose. End war by breaking belief system, not breaking bones. He whispered, she carries message heavier than gun. Screen warmed his face like small candle in darkness. He knew price of legend is loneliness, because she cannot join humanity normal life, cannot love, cannot age, cannot die like normal human. Her body built to fight forever if needed, immortality curse disguised as weapon. Elena looked at her reflection on cockpit glass seeing face of someone not aged, eyes forever young but soul old like star dying slowly. She whispered, "I want sleep." Tears fell but evaporated before leaving cheek. She missed being human even when she never got chance be human. Missed simple things like holding hand of someone without fear of breaking them. Missed laughing without hearing echo of scream from battlefield. Craft AI asked, "Next target?" She closed eyes, sighed deep, no targets. Only truth. She sent wave of data through hidden channels showing entire galaxy truth of human sacrifice. Billions watched montage of real events never shown. Human soldiers carrying alien babies through fire, human doctors operating enemy soldiers, human pilots dropping food not bombs, humans crying burying alien friends they made in war. Truth burned lies like sunlight burns mold. Now children saw humans not cowards but species who tired of war so deep they rather be insulted than fight. Again. Galaxy hearts cracked open because truth heavier than myth. Elena lay back in cockpit feeling weight lift because she did enough for day. Ambassador in council hall now faced with new world where lie broken. He looked at screen showing comments from citizens across 900 worlds apologizing to Earth. Messages like, "We were wrong. Forgive our ignorance. You saved us from ourselves." He cried silently because peace returned without war. But price paid by woman alone drifting cold space. Like ghost without home. He whispered, "Come home." Message sent through channel she may hear. Elena listened to message echo and craft. She closed eyes pain mixing with relief like warm snow. Whisper, "Not yet." Because mission not done until galaxy stable without need legend. She will walk in shadows until seeds grow into forests of peace. She turned craft away from council planet into darkness between stars where she belongs. Alone but proud, tears dry on cheek turning into strength. Camera. Zoom out showing tiny ship against giant galaxy like ant carrying mountain on back. Ambassador watches small. Disappear. Whisper thank you. For world saved by pain of one woman. Fade out slow like closing eye after long night holding tears. Audience heart heavy but hopeful because legend not monster but protector sacrificing humanity to save humanity itself. Deep space around Elena's craft looked like open grave filled with stars instead of bones. Silence heavy enough to feel like weight. Sitting on chest of universe, every second inside felt like memory stretching long like scar never healing. She floated near empty star field where no ship travel because legends say ghosts wander there from ancient war. Elena didn't choose place because of myth. She chose because quiet stops pain for moment. She sat in cockpits staring at hands that never aged. Same hands that held bleeding strangers in ruins 2,000 years ago. Same hands that broke armies with one touch. Now shaking like child afraid of dark. She whispered, "I am ghost for their peace." Voice soft like broken wing of bird fallen from sky. She remembered young soldiers she trained long ago. Fresh faces full of hope. believe war ends soon if they fight hard. They died one by one until only she left walking battlefield alone with eyes full of ghosts asking why they died. She promised them war end forever. But now war coming again through words not bullets, pride like poison infecting galaxy minds. She stands now. Because promise must be kept even if she pay price again. Far away on Council World's truth waves, she sensed started changing things faster than Council expected. Children in schools argue with teachers about human history, showing real footage Elena released. Innocent voices say humans saved enemy children. Teachers cry because truth contradict books written by Council to hide shame. Children draw pictures of women with black eyes holding alien baby in fire. Mothers hold drawings and cry. Because story no longer enemy but shared pain. Generals sit alone in office watching footage 100th time. Seeing themselves mocking species who carried peace on back of horror. Guilt heavy like stone crushing chest. Some send apology messages to Earth but no answer comes because Earth's silent. Not celebrating victory. Not screaming revenge. Just quiet like father who sees child finally understand mistake without slap. Ambassador in Council Hall surrounded by chaos of truth. Ambassadors from 900 worlds asking for meeting with Earth to understand real history. Some angry at Council leadership for hiding truth. Some ashamed for joining humiliation. Some terrified because legend real but legend merciful. Ambassador sits calm because he saw Elena walk path nobody else can. Path of truth that cuts without killing. Council safety doors open and crowd of alien parents carrying children walk in. They ask simple question heavy enough break walls of history. Why did humans let us believe lie? Ambassador breath shakes. He answers, because we wanted peace more than pride. Silence follows like holy moment. Parents nod slowly because they understand love sometimes means accept insult to protect future. One small alien girl asks, "Where's the woman from video?" Others whisper, "Is she alive?" Ambassador feels tears slip because truth painful. She walks alone to protect peace. Girl whispers, "She must be sad." Ambassador nods heavy very sad. Meanwhile on deep space Elena listens to messages coming from 900 worlds thanking her. Apologizing, crying, begging her return. She presses hand on console feeling warmth from love of strangers she saved without expecting thanks. She whispers, "They don't know cost." She remembers nights in cryo dream where she saw endless war again and again, faces of dead soldiers, children she failed save, parents screaming names lost in smoke. She carries universe of hurt inside chest but shows only calm face to enemy. She promised not kill today but tomorrow unknown. She knows if pride rises again she must become monster galaxy fear. Myth become curse. But today peace rises like sun after long winter. She watches map of galaxy showing hearts changing one by one. She sees comments humans not cowards. Humans heroes? We want learn from them. Truth grows roots like plant under soil. Slow but unstoppable. She whispers, "Maybe I sleep again one day." Pain in voice but small hope grows inside dark heart. She knows world now understands peace not weakness but courage heavier than war. Meanwhile council leadership meeting in secret chamber full of shadows try discuss how to hide again. But even they feel fear of legend standing outside political games. Many resign accepting guilt. Younger voices rise asking for real alliance with Earth, not alliance of lies. One general who insulted loudest sits staring at his own reflection in window crying because pride broken. He remembers Elena touch on cheek not slap but gentle like forgive. He whispers, "She could kill me but she didn't." Truth shakes him deeper than fear, makes him want change life. He writes letter to families of soldiers killed in ancient war, apologizing for lies told. Universe changing because one woman walking through darkness carrying truth in palm like burning coal, hurting her but lighting world. Elena drifts near nebula glowing blue like frozen ocean sky. Beauty touches her mind for first time in long time. She smiles small because galaxy's still beautiful even after war scars. She whispers they deserve peace. Not including herself because she thinks she monster not allowed join peace. She looks at human picture she carries for centuries. Old photo of unit she trained with, faces smiling young before war swallowed them. All died except her. She keeps photo to remember she human once before myth consumed name. She touches picture soft like prayer. Tears float weightless in cockpit like stars born inside pain. She whispers, "I miss you." To ghosts in photo. Pain inside chest heavy like iron, but camera outside craft shows her sitting alone surrounded by endless stars, looking small but powerful like single candle standing against night of universe. Ambassador watching satellite feed sees her silhouette and whispers, "Come home one day." Knowing she will refuse because she protecting peace by staying shadow not symbol, Galaxy now learning truth of Baba Yaga. Not monster who kills, but ghost who suffers for others. Fade out slow like heartbeat. Calming after long cry, leaving audience heavy with deep fear mixed with respect. Legend not scary now but heartbreaking. Myth not myth but scar of humanity used to save Galaxy from itself. Far from Council Worlds, Elena's craft floated close to blue nebula that looked like ocean frozen in air. Colors swirling like dreams melting into each other. She stared for long time without blinking, memory pouring from eyes like water rising from deep well. She remembered being child no older than 7. Standing in giant training hall under South Pole, cold lights above humming like insect wings. Trainers wearing white masks not show emotion. She stood alone in circle drawn on floor, small feet trembling on ice metal while loudspeaker voice told her, "You are weapon for peace, not person." She believed them because she had no mother to hold her, no father to tell story, only books about tactics and war, lessons about ancient battles, history filled with screams she never heard but felt echo in veins. They taught her walk silent, breathe slow, kill without noise, survive without food, think without mercy if war demands. Every day she heard words monster saves children. Confusing her young mind because how monster save anything if monster evil. Years passed in cold corridors where sunlight dream not memory. At age 12 she saw first real flowers brought by scientist woman who loved her secretly like daughter but afraid of council punishment. Woman whispered, "You are human before." Weapon. Elena held flower smell so sweet it hurt. She cried first time. Tears shocked scientists because they believed she could not feel like child anymore. That woman later died in explosion during war. Elena held guilt for century believing if she had been faster woman live. She punished herself by cutting sleep, training until bones cracked, blood mixed with oil on floor, all to carry weight alone. She became legend because she lost chance be normal, not because she born monster now. Billions call her myth, but none saw little girl crying under bed clutching flower petals whispering, "I don't want kill." To darkness. Now in deep space she touched glass window and saw reflection of that child still living behind black eyes. She whispered soft, "I am human." Trying convince heart not believe mask she wears for Galaxy. Far away council meeting children watched footage she released. Many cried because they saw truth behind legend. Teacher hugged them telling story of human girl. Trained by fear but living for love of strangers. Children say unit name, Baba Yaga. Like prayer not warning. Calling her guardian not monster. Parents confused because legend changed form through truth. Ambassador in council hall received request from group of alien children wanting send message to Elena. He played audio in private shuttle. Voices mixed different languages saying, "Please come home. You are good. Thank you for peace." Ambassador closed eyes letting tears fall because children understand heart before adults understand politics. He sends message through long-range encrypted channel hoping reach her craft. Elena sitting alone heard soft whisper inside ship speakers. Children voices singing broken song about human hero walking through fire to save world. Song clumsy but pure. Each voice like needle stitching torn part of her soul. She covered face with hands shaking, whisper, "Why do they love me?" Because she believed whole life she monster useful for war not. Love. Hearing small voices break wall built by lies. Pain heavy like star collapsing. Heart beat faster like body remember being alive not weapon. She cried full tears that did not evaporate this time because temperature rising in cabin from emotion creating heat no tech could measure. She felt something like forgiveness growing small flower inside darkness. Whisper, "They deserve better than me." But children voices answer, "We want you." Like millions tiny suns lighting map in mind, she looked. Up at stars again. Now not empty but full of prayers flying through space like birds made of hope. She realized price she paid turning into myth also gift for Galaxy because she carried fear alone so others live peace. But maybe peace world built could include her pain too. She whispered, "I forgive them." Meaning leaders who lied, generals who mocked, people who believed myth and insult. She forgave them because lie bigger than individuals, whole Galaxy shaped by fear of repeating old war. She understood why they hide truth. They afraid of power they did not control. but now truth free like flame shared between souls. She looked at photo of fallen unit again, this time not crying but smiling faint because she now knows she kept promise to them. War ended and truth given, she whispered rest now. To faces who died young, telling them world finally understands sacrifice. Craft AI detected emotional state unusual but stable, asking return to Earth? She looked at home planet map icon, blinking like heartbeat, answer stuck between longing and duty. She wanted feel wind, hear waves, smell trees not metal, but fear she bring danger if returned too early because legend still raw in minds, myth still sharp blade. Return could create worship or panic. She whispered not now, but added one day. First time she allowed hope for herself. Ambassador checking broadcasts saw comments turning from fear into respect. World leaders planning truth sessions where humans explain real history. To galaxy like parents tell children difficult story at night, but holding hands so they feel safe. Alien poets writing songs about Elena as ghost mother of peace. Painting murals of woman holding galaxy in palm with tears like rain falling on war collapsing. Not violent legend now but gentle tragedy where pain gave birth to peace. Elena saw some art leaked to her channel, drawings from children showing her smiling with other species children around. She smiled seeing herself not monster in their eyes but friend, smile small but real like sunrise after infinite night. She whispered, I want hug them. Feeling longing never allowed before, pain sweet now like honey inside scar. She prepared send message to ambassador. Short because she woman a few words, thank you for letting truth rise. Message delivered through silent channel, ambassador read words and closed eyes smiling broken but proud, whisper, come home when ready, galaxy changing in days what politics failed in centuries, truth moving like river unstoppable reshaping land of minds, fear fading into respect, hate melting into tears, now myth used not to control but to teach, story of Baba Yaga become lesson for children. Power without love becomes monster, but monster with love becomes protector, stars above shimmer like they listening. Elena watched them thinking about universe without war, thinking about flower scientist gave her as child. She whispered, I will plant it, meaning someday she walk land and plant tree for every child saved. Dream simple but heavy like destiny bending away from blood toward soil and sun. She leaned back in seat letting sleep take her for first time without nightmare chasing, tears dry, breathing slow like peace entering bones little by little. Craft drifted like cradle holding sleeping warrior under blanket of stars. Fade out slow like mother kissing forehead of child to sleep. Leaving audience crying with mix of pain and hope because legend once feared now beloved ghost wishing to return home. When Elena finally slept inside black craft drifting among old stars the universe around her breathed like giant animal resting after long hunt. Nebula light falling on her face like quiet smile from space itself. But sleep for her never pure. Dream came like wounded animal crawling through snow. She saw battlefield again. Fire devouring cities like hungry mouth. Saw herself 20 centuries younger walking through flames barefoot with rifle heavy like sin. Saw friends falling one by one. Saw scientist woman shouting her name before explosion. Swallowing her body, dream pain so real she jumped awake grabbing seat like enemy choking her. Breath sharp like knife in chest. Tears on cheek drying slow because cabin warmer now from emotional heat left after children's song in part 5. She wiped face angry at weakness because legend not allowed cry. World see her as monster of peace not child broken by war. She whispered, I can't escape, voice shaking like glass hit by hammer of memory. Craft AI detected heart stress but did nothing because AI designed only follow war protocol not comfort soldier. Elena closed eyes trying slow breath but dream chased her like shadow of dead sun. She stood from seat walking towards small storage unit where she kept one last personal object hidden for 2,000 years. Small flower pressed between pages of notebook scientist gave her before dying. Petals faded but smell still there like memory alive. She touched flower feeling soft pain under fingers. Whisper. She believed in me. Not referring to galaxy but woman who saw human inside weapon. Now belief from children across 900 worlds begin fill empty spaces inside her where sorrow lived like cold winter. She whispered, I want live as human. Words surprising herself because all life she told she instrument not person. Desire sudden like dawn entering window. She imagined walking on Earth barefoot on sand near ocean, hearing waves hitting rock, not bombs hitting steel. Imagined children running around her laughing, not soldiers. Screaming war songs. Imagined simple morning sunlight instead of cryo-machine lights. Tears came again, but this time soft like rain healing soil, not storm-destroying roof. Far away on council worlds change, moving fast like wind. Millions discussing truth she exposed. Old veterans telling real stories they hid for decades, afraid council erased them. Families gathering in night, telling children about human soldiers who carried enemy wounded on backs through burning streets. Elders crying because guilt heavy for believing lies so long. Apology waves spreading like river, overflowing into every heart. Yet some powerful leaders still resist truth like stone resisting water. They sit in secret rooms planning new narrative to save pride, whisper we must control story. But truth already outside like bird flying high cannot be caged again. Children in streets paint murals of Elena wearing cloak made from stars, holding hands of alien kids smiling. Image spreading through holograms, music, new poems. Ambassador receives message from small moon where alien orphan said, I want to be like her. Ambassador cried reading because legend no longer symbol of fear but hope. He called council for emergency session wanting formally apologize and form alliance based on truth not lies. But some old members resist saying, Earth will dominate if we show weakness. Ambassador stands, hands shaking, voice deep. Weakness is hiding truth. Strength is sharing truth. Silence heavy like second before. Sunrise, people watch live stream around galaxy. Truth hanging in air like sword. Then young ambassador from desert planet stands beside him. Followed by others, hall filled with voices supporting apology. Revolution not with guns but with emotion exploding like star inside political chamber. Elena sees broadcast from space. Smiles weak because she never believed galaxy changed this fast. Hope strong like pulse of new life born after long war. But also fear rises inside her chest because she knows galaxy memory short. Pride grows again like weed if not watched. She whispers, they will forget one day. Sadness inside soft like broken dream. She knows her role not end at truth exposure. She must remain shadow sentinel watching minds of galaxies so peace holds. Pain heavy because it means she never returned to simple life she imagined. Children voices call her home but duty answer pushes her away. She lowers head whisper to flower. I am legend, not woman. Heartbreak carving deeper scar. Inside, outside ship stars move slow like time walking with Cain. Ambassador looking at feet of her craft coordinates whispers come home. Into Mike knowing she listen even if she won't respond. He repeats not as weapon, as human. Tears in voice because he sees she breaking under weight of immortality. Children across galaxy hold signs of her drawings but she's sitting alone thinking she monster not worthy love. Conflict inside like two soldiers fighting for body. One wants peace. One wants war. If peace dies, Craft AI shows message from Earth command, safe return if desired. Giving her option she never had. Choose herself over mission, hands shake hovering over reply. She imagines step on ground seeing ocean real not painted on screen. Hearing sand crack under feet like music. Feeling human arms hug her without fear of breaking. But fear rises strong because if legend returns galaxy may forget lesson. Pride rise, war return, she chooses world over heart again because habit of. Sacrifice deep like roots of tree planted in grave. She replies later. To Earth, ignoring pain like bullet inside heart. Ambassador hears reply and falls into chair face and hands shaking because he knows she lying to protect everyone. Knows pain will eat her from inside. He whispers. One day she will break. Council passes new law truth education mandatory. History no longer written by few but by many voices including victims. Children. Soldiers. Mothers, healing begins, but Elena still alone in space carrying pain for galaxy. Night long around her like cloak, ship lights dim. She stares at window whisper, I walk alone so they don't. And closes eyes letting tears fall silent like prayer for world she can never join. Her heart cracks but holds like old sword broken but still sharp enough cut fate. Fade out slow like candle slowly dying leaving. Warmth even after flame gone. Leaving audience crying heavy because legend saving galaxy but losing herself. Myth beautiful but soul inside breaking piece by piece. Galaxy moved forward like river remembering storm but choosing quiet water. Planets repaired old wounds by planting trees where bombs fell 2,000 years ago. Council halls now decorated with names of dead from both sides carved into stone like heartbeat of history. Schools taught truth with tears, not pride. Children learned. Humans not cowards but species so tired of war they accepted humiliation to protect peace. Millions prayed for Elena, sending messages through stars like lanterns released into night. Mark of Baba Yaga changed meaning from fear to compassion. Murals across 900 worlds show her carrying children through fire toward sunrise beyond war. But she never saw these murals. She watched galaxy from distance, always outside like ghost watching family eat dinner through window of home she lost. She drifted near edge of Orion void, black dust swirling like memories turned to fog. Ship dark except small light near her seat showing photo of unit she lost and flower pressed in notebook. Elena stared at picture whispering each name like prayer. Tears soft but falling steady like rain cleaning blood from stone. She remembered all faces she killed, all lives she saved, all nights spent inside coffin freezing so others sleep safe, pain heavy like star dying slowly but refusing collapse until light reaches someone. She whispered, "They don't need me now." Voice weak like truth whispered through cracked heart. But pain inside answered, "They love you now." Conflict tearing soul like fabric stretched until tear. She looked at stars thinking about offer from earth to return. Touch ocean waves, walk forest, feel wind on face. Be human one moment without mask of myth. Dream so beautiful it hurt like bright light burning eyes of someone living too long in dark. She imagined stepping on sand. Barefoot and waves washing around feet like hands of mother she never knew. Children running toward her laughing Baba Yaga. Not afraid but loving, she imagined smile without guilt. Heart beating without memory of screams, healing like tree growing from battlefield. But fear rose again heavy like weight on chest because legend returning could break balance. Worship become weapon, pride return. Council might turn her symbol into power tool. Children might become soldiers again in name of myth. She whispered, "If I come home, they might fight for me." And tears fell more because she wanted world love not war. She had to choose between dream of life and duty of death. She whispered, "I am legend for them, not human for me." Breaking inside like glass under stone. Ambassador far away watched silent feet of her ship coordinates slowing near dead star. He whispered into calm, "Please come home." Voice full of love for soldier. He never met but respected like daughter sacrificed to war machine. He whispered again, "Not for peace, for you." Because he wanted her live not just save others. But she closed eyes feeling love but refusing because duty deeper than desire. She pressed final message into channel one line small but heavy like galaxy peace must not depend on legend. Meaning if galaxy stays peaceful only because they fear her then peace fake. War waiting behind curtain. Real peace born when galaxy hold truth alone without shadow behind stars. She turned craft away from Earth. Coordinates into dark beyond rim where stars thin and silence thick like blanket over memories. Ambassador heard message and broke down crying silent because he knew she right. New love for one person cannot risk future for billions. He whispered, "We will make peace without you. I promise." Promising child never wake legend again. Promising truth teach new generation use courage for kindness not war. Promising galaxy carry weight together so she free. Elena stared into black void where no light reach, place where legends go to sleep in storybooks. She whispered to darkness, "I love them." First time saying emotion that makes weapon human again. She smiled small, tears falling not from pain now but relief like letting go of war after holding for centuries. She touched flower in notebook whisper, "Tell her I kept promise." Telling dead scientist she saved galaxy without burning it. She leaned back closing eyes letting sleep fall like snow. Soft, quiet, eternal. Craft drifted into void like candle carried by wind into night disappearing slowly but leaving trail of warmth in hearts she touched from distance. Galaxy left behind continued changing. Children wrote songs about woman who killed war itself by breaking pride with truth. Who walked away so others walk forward. Council every year held minute of silence not for war dead, but for legend who chose loneliness so world lived together. Ambassador aging now told story to children in school. She was the bravest because she walked away. Kids listened wide eyes asking if she come back someday. He smiled soft whisper, "When we no longer need her, she will find us." Echoing words spoken in old legends, stars above blinked like tears of universe. Soft wind on planets carried her name like whisper through leaves, Baba Yaga. Not fear but love, not war but peace. Myth turned into lullaby mothers sang to children at night. Sleep like legend who sleeps for us. Story ended not with loud victory, but with quiet leaving. Heavy like goodbye you whisper to someone walking alone into night to protect world. Fade out slow like last breath of star dying gently knowing new stars born from ashes. Leaving audience crying deep because legend saved galaxy but lost home. Ending bitter yet beautiful because peace wins and pain respected. Final echo soft like dream truth first. War last.